Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Barbara and thank you so much for stopping by Gardener's Journey Homestead. If you're new, welcome. Why is my dog barking? Why? Max, I'm talking to the people. Anyway, if you're not new, thank you so much for stopping by. And on this channel, I talk about all things gardening. I talk about preserving, food preservation. We have a root cellar, we have raised beds, we have a high tunnel, we have an in-ground garden. So we got all the things except livestock, right? So we do have 2 dogs, 1 cat. And so that's what I talk about on this channel, and everything in between. And so it's called A Gardener's Journey because I am a relatively brand new gardener. I've been gardening for 2 years. And when I moved out to the country 3 years ago, it was my absolute first time putting my hands in dirt and planting anything. So this YouTube channel is all about my journey as I learn, as I grow, as I encourage you, as you encourage me, as we help each other. So that's what this channel is all about. I hope you'll stick around. Today, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna take you on one of the projects that we're doing on the actual homestead. I think I've told you guys before that we had some construction being done in the back of our house. So that was for a while. I wasn't able to show the back of the house just because there was a lot of people back there working, a lot of like construction debris. This was kind of just hard to move around. But in the back of the house, we attached to the house, we have, or are building a sunroom. And so we've been working on that. I shouldn't say we, the contractors have been working on that. Probably they started, I want to say like at the top of the year in January, and they were actually finished with their part in like 3 months. And now it's me and my husband's part, which is the painting. And then they'll come back and lay the floor and all that. But today, me and hubby took the day off just because we've been out of town all week at a big ministry event for the last 7 days. And so we kind of took today off and we're not doing anything but like paddling around. But we thought this was a good day to try to get something done in the sunroom. It's been on our list, but with all the things happening, especially in the height of the garden season, it's hard to pull away from the garden and the harvest to work on another project. But my goal is to have this sunroom finished, I hope, by September. That's my goal. So really the only thing that is left is for the floor to be put in, which the contractor will come back and do. Just the contractor that we have, he built the whole thing. He just doesn't do paint. So it's up to me and my husband to paint. And we've painted a lot. My husband has painted a lot. Let me rephrase that. My husband has painted a lot. He didn't paint anything in this house because we had this house built, but he painted our houses in Birmingham. So he's painted quite a bit. So he's pretty good. So not a big deal. It was just finding the time to get it done. So today I'm going to kind of show you around the sunroom and just take you with us on the journey as we're trying to get it ready and do our part so the contractor can come back and do the floor. And then after that, it's all about just decorating it and furnishing it, and then we will be done. So let me tell you a little bit about this sunroom. So it started off as a screened in porch. That was the idea. My idea. And I wanted a screened in porch because I like being outside in terms of, especially like on a crisp fall morning. My idea, my vision is to be able to sit outside and be able to look outside and also to feel the breeze from outside and all of that. But I didn't want like bugs and stuff, right? So the first idea was a screened in porch, and my husband and the contractor talked me out of that and just said, you're not gonna want that. And I'm like, no, I do. But my husband is typically right about these things, so I listened. And so the screened in porch turned into a sunroom. So it's all enclosed. So I have lots of windows, and I can, I'll have screens where I can open the windows, still see outside, still feel the breeze. But my husband reminded me about why I didn't want a deck, right? So I've never wanted a deck because I've never had a deck, but my vision or the reality of a deck is that what I always hear people say is that you don't use it, right? Because if it's too hot outside, you don't want to go out there. And if it's too cold outside, so you can only use it a few months out of the year. Well, I didn't want to spend that amount of money for that little bit of functionality. So I thought a screened in porch would be nice because it'll be enclosed, so no bugs. And I can have some fans going, and it should be pretty pleasant. My husband's like, it is not going to be pleasant enough for you. I'm telling you, when it's cold, you're going to get the temperature from outside. When it's hot, it's going to be hot in there. So all that to say is that we decided on a sunroom. And really the sunroom just means we have lots of windows. It is fully enclosed. And we also will have heat and air. So it's really like an extra room. So my goal was I want to be able to work out there and be able to look outside, because my office in the house is in the, is interior in the house. So I can see the front of my house through my office. But I can't see the back of the house, and I wanted to be able to see like the landscape and just really feel like I'm outside and working. That was the whole point. And then obviously I'll use it to like host if there's, overflow, things like that. So that's what we're doing. And so I'm going to take you outside and let you see what it looks like, unfinished. And today is we got to paint the ceiling and paint the walls. But first, when we went out there, there's a lot of cobwebs. Because again, the room has been uninhabited. So I'm going to take you out there, show you what's going on, and we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Okay, guys, I'm in the sunroom. So you can see, yeah, we got to paint. So let me turn the camera around and I'll just show you a view of the sunroom. There's not much to see. It's 4 walls, windows. It's not completely done yet, but I'll at least let you see what it's looking like. Okay, so this is me kind of coming in the room. Try to back up a little bit. So you can kind of see. So you can see, I think we have 10 windows in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 12. So there's 12 windows. So that's like the far wall. You go all the way around. You can see out there is where my raised beds are that you guys have seen before. There's a root cellar right there. And then if you come on around, and then like that's the back of the house. So to kind of give you perspective. And so you can see the room is pretty much done, right? So that's all the construction material. So what we have to do is paint the ceiling and then also paint the walls. And then the contractor will come back in and lay the floor. He'll put the screens in the windows. And then we have 2 holes for ceiling fans up there. And we already have the fans there. So they'll be put up. So, I mean, we're probably, I don't know, 65% complete. The one thing that I'm really excited about, again, is if you can see over in the, I shouldn't say the corner, but on this back wall up top, that is the unit that will heat and cool the room. It's pretty snazzy. So I am excited about that because essentially I can use this room 365 days a year, 7 days a week. So that's really, really exciting. I know I wanted a screened-in porch to begin with and wasn't thinking about that, but I'm glad that I went with my husband and the contractor's suggestion, because really now this is a very usable space. And in our house in Birmingham, we had, I wouldn't say it's similar. It did not have windows, so it definitely was not considered like a sunroom, but we had a room that we used to call the Cove, which was like off from our family room. It was a place like where we just go hang out. It was much, much smaller than this, but it was really, really cozy. And we would go in there and watch TV, lounge around, and we had something called a PTAC unit in there for the air, so that we could have air and heat. And it worked okay. Like in the summertime, in the heat of the summer, it still wasn't pleasantly cool. It was like just okay. In the winter, again, just okay. And the room was very small. It was probably, I don't know, but it was much, much smaller than this. But the unit didn't work very well. It was noisy. And so a PTAC unit is what you would see in a hotel room. Those things that are along the wall, that's like what you call a PTAC unit. So this system is all, I don't know, it's all fancy. I don't know the name of it. Honey, what's the name of this system called?
It's a Mitsubishi.
But what is it, like an air conditioning system or what?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But it's heat too, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's a Mitsubishi air conditioning and heat. It has like a remote control and it has no sound, like 0. So it's fancy. We can open it and change the temperature. You can put it on a timer. So I'm loving that. Loving it, loving it, loving it. So what hubby has been doing so far is getting all the cobwebs out of here. You see we got the shop vac right there. So he's been getting all the cobwebs off, and then I think the first thing he's going to tackle is painting the ceiling. So he has like some kind of, I don't know, contraption or sprayer that he's gonna paint the ceiling. And my job next is to figure out what color I'm gonna paint the walls, and you guys are gonna help me. So I have 2 samples of paint that we're gonna put on the wall, and you guys can tell me what you like. And if these 2 are not it, then we'll go back to the store and find something different. I thought I bought 4, but I can't find the other 2 samples. So maybe I didn't buy 4, but I thought that I did. And like I said, this project has been like the project everlasting. Literally the contractor was done probably in March or April. It's the second week of August now. He's just been waiting on us. So anyway, let me show you the colors that I have, and we'll put some on the wall and we'll go from there. Okay, so I only have 2 colors like I said before. And so these 2 colors are in the blue family. And so I shouldn't even say my vision for the room because that sounds like real fancy. I want the room to be calming. I want it to be soothing. I want it to be, again, I'm working, I can see outside, gentle breeze. Like that's the ambiance I'm going for. So blue is always a good color for that. Plus my house is blue and gray. I like blue and gray together. But I was just thinking, I wonder would a yellow look good in here? I don't know. And again, this is like, it's attached to the house, but you can't come through the house into the sunroom. You have to come outside and come in, again, because this is something we did after now that the house is built. It wasn't part of the original plan. So in my mind, I'm thinking everything has to match, which again, I'm not a designer. I like for things to look nice, but how to achieve that is not necessarily my strong suit. So anyway, this is what we have. Let's just get started here. So I have Delicate Dahlia and By the Sea. So we're gonna see how it looks. So that's kind of the color. You can see what it looks like, which I think that's pretty. We're gonna pour a little bit in here. And then we're gonna look at this one. Oh, this is much lighter. You can see how that looks. That's much lighter. That looks almost like it has a hint of gray in it and white at the same time. So here are the little swatches that I have. Let's see if these are even on the swatches. Y'all, they all dusty. It tells you how long we've been working on this project. But that's okay. We're about to get it done. Because guess what? The contractor who's doing the floor, he'll be here in a week. So by hook or by crook, it's going to be done. Y'all, the samples that I got are not even on here. I don't even know what that means. Okay, so let's do By the Sea first. So, honey, does it matter where I test it? Mm-mm. Okay, so let's just do that. And then we'll see how it dries. I don't know if I like it. I like it, but it's familiar because in my other house in the Cove, we had a similar color. Honey, do you like it?
Yeah, I think it's nice.
Okay, Honey likes it. Okay, I only have one brush, so I gotta go wash my brush and we'll put the other one up there. So let's try this other one. I think this is the Dahlia color. It's much lighter. Let's put it right beside. It's, you know, when you trying to figure out paint colors, of course it looks different on the card versus in the store versus in your house with its own lighting. That definitely looks like it has gray in it. This is really blue. This looks really grayish blue. Honey, what you think about this one?
I actually like that better than the darker color.
Okay, let me step back. Let me see. What y'all think? Okay, so let's say this is one, two. Put your comments down below. Let's get some votes going on. Okay, so I'm looking at it on the screen to see how it shows up on the screen versus in person. It definitely looks darker on the camera than it does in real life. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, slightly.
It definitely looks lighter. I mean, it looks darker for you guys than it really is. Okay, but there's no light over here. Let's go to a spot down here, honey, with the light. Okay, y'all, this is right under a light, so let's see. See, I like it right there.
Yeah, I like that much better.
Huh. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the kids to come out here and cast their vote. Y'all, we do a lot of stuff like that as a family. We'll let everybody independently vote and see what the consensus is. So I think I'm gonna go get the kids, get their votes, and yeah, let's do that. Okay, guys, I'm back. So my daughter's out here. She didn't want to be on camera, which is fine. So she actually picked the darker color. She picked number 1. So, Lauren, do you even like number 2? This right here?
Yeah, I like it.
But you just like the other one better?
Yeah. I like the bluer color.
She likes the bluer color better. Me and her hubby like the lighter color better. So, I gotta go see if I can find my son and see what he says. It's interesting because my daughter is usually with my husband. They usually vote the same on all family decisions, and they're usually right. What do y'all think? The darker color or the lighter color? Or do you have any suggestions about another color altogether? Lauren, what do you think yellow will look like in here? Her face is all scrunched up.
It would be okay. It would be bad, but the blue. Better. In my opinion. I think the blue would be better.
Okay, let me go find my son and then we're gonna wrap this up. Okay, I got my son and so he's gonna vote now. Okay, so this is number 1, this is number 2. What is your vote?
2.
He voted 2, y'all, which is the lighter color. So we have 3 for the light color, 1 for the dark color. Okay. Do you like the number 1 too?
Yeah.
What do you like about number 2?
It looks brighter, brings the room more live.
I think so too. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think, should I stop with these 2 choices or should I put another couple of colors in the mix, or will that just like muddy everything up? You solid on number 2? You think we should add some more choices?
I like number 2, but there's other options.
Okay. Let me think about it. Okay, thanks. Okay, y'all, put your votes down below, 1 or 2. So 1 is the blue, darker color. 2 is the lighter color. Or if you have a suggestion for something else, let me know. But we got to make a decision pretty quickly in the next 24 hours, I'm thinking. So I will post this video. You guys will be seeing it the very next day. So put your comments down below. Let me know what you think, what your suggestions are, and you can help choose the color in the sunroom on the homestead. And I think this room needs a name too. Like our house, in the room that we had in Birmingham, we called it the Cove. And it was cozy. And I'm trying to think, do I want to call this the Cove or do I want something different? I don't know. But I think the room needs a name. So if you have any names, let me know. So anyway, guys, that's what's going on today on the homestead. Something different than being outside in the garden, which I'm actually about to go to the garden now. If you can probably tell, it rained a lot today. And like I said, I've been gone for 7 days. So of course I've missed my garden. And that's the very first place I went when I brought my luggage in. I changed my clothes and went out to my garden. So I have to show you guys some stuff on that next week. You know, I'll be showing you what's happening in the garden this week. But I thought today I'd bring you along on a day where I'm not doing much. And we got to get this project done on the homestead and start moving things along. So thank you guys for joining me. That's what's going on. Remember, this is all a journey, inside the house, outside the house, in the yard, not in the yard. It's all part of building the homestead that you and your family want. And one of the things is, you know, being on a homestead or a farm or whatever you want to call it, it is hard work. So I think it's important, you know, that your house serves as a place of rest. And there may be a certain spot in your house. It may be, you know, your bedroom may be your cove. You may have a sunroom. You may have a prayer room. You may have just a place in your house where you like, I can always go kind of just steal away. And so I kind of envision this space as a nice working office space, alternative for me when I don't want to be in the house, I can still be outside, but then also a place to hang out with the family and then also overflow when we have guests over. So it's kind of multi-purpose. So I'm excited about it. Honey, you excited about the sunroom?
Oh yeah.
What are you excited about?
I just like that space. It's got a lot of sun coming in, a lot of light.
Yeah, a lot of sun and a lot of light. Do you think we have enough windows?
Yes, I do.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 10. I don't know why I said 12. It's 10 windows. So it doesn't feel dark in here. I mean, this is like almost nighttime. It's about to be dark in the next hour. And it's been raining today, so it's not a lot of sun outside. So maybe that's not a good judgment. But you think it's going to get plenty of sun?
Plenty.
And light?
Plenty.
And of course, y'all going to have some plants in here. So that's another thing. Y'all see me outside. You know, I'm rocking with the outside plants. And I have some house plants in my house. Just a few. So I don't consider myself a house plant expert. So, but I want a lot of house plants in the sunroom because obviously, yeah, sun. And I think it'll just add to the ambiance. And so let me know also some good options for relatively easy house plants. And what do you think will look good? So thank you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my channel and I'll keep you posted on the color that we pick. Until next time, remember, gardening is a journey. Let's grow together.